Sullivan. Today I'm going to show you how to do a problem involving relative error. Janice measures the dimensions of the floor in her rectangular classroom for a rug. Her measurements are 10.50 feet by 12.25 feet. The actual measurements of the floor are 10.75 feet by 12.50 feet. Determine the relative error in calculating the area to the nearest thousandth. To do this problem, you have to know how to calculate the area of a rectangle. The room is a rectangle, and it is 10.50 feet by 12.25 feet, according to Janice's measurements. In order to find the area of a rectangle, you need to multiply the width times the length, or the length times the width. It doesn't matter how you do it. So I'm just going to do it in the order they gave me the dimensions, which is 10.5 times 12.25. If you put that in your calculator, $10.5 times 12.25, you get Janice's measurement of the area. This is an approximate. It's not the exact area. She made an error in calculating the area because she measured imperfectly. So when she measured, she got 128.625. Now it turns out the actual measurement is 10.75 times 12.50. So that means the actual area is 10.75 times 12.5 for an actual area of 134.375. And that would be in feet squared because we're measuring area. To do your relative error, you don't need to include the units. So you don't even have to worry about that. But what you're going to do is you're going to take Janice's estimate of 128.625 and you're going to subtract the actual measurement of 134.375. You're going to end up with a negative here, right? And that shows you that her calculation was less than the actual. But when you're doing relative error, you don't need the negative. You're expected on the Regents exam to take the absolute value of your answer, which will be positive. So once you find the difference, you divide it by the actual, which is 134.375. So we've got our Janice's measurement, our estimate, minus our actual measurement, and you take the whole thing and divide it by the actual measurement. You put that into your calculator, and I like to do it in two separate steps. I take my 128.625, I subtract my 134.375, and I hit enter. Now I'm going to divide my answer by 134, by the actual measurement, and this will be my final answer. Now notice how there's a negative sign there. Since we're doing the absolute value, you get to ignore the negative, but you have to be careful. It says round to the nearest thousandth. So after decimal point, you have the tenths place, the hundredths place, and the thousandths place. So I'm rounding 3 decimal places. To round properly, right, I look at these 3 digits to get to my thousandth, and then I go to the 4th digit, which is a 7. If that digit is 5 or greater, I'm rounding this up to 3. If this digit, the 4th digit, is less than 5, I'll keep that at a 2. Since this is greater than 5, the 4th digit, I'm rounding the 3rd digit up to a 3 to give me 0.043 as my final answer, rounded to the nearest thousandth. If you do all those steps, you'll get full credit, and show all your work, you'll get full credit on this question. Good luck.